Two teams looking to move up in the Eastern Conference table. Face off on a hot and steamy night as Hartford Athletic hosts Tampa Bay Rowdies. Hi, everybody, with my broadcast partner, Mark Donaldson. I'm Joe D'Ambrosio, and Mark Hartford comes in off a solid 2-1 win last Saturday in Detroit.
And the key was not conceding excessive stoppage time, but Hartford held out. The difference between them and San Antonio against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay thought they were getting a point in Texas, but San Antonio scored very late.
Our players to watch for Hartford, Momo Jang is on a heater.
He is, and it's interesting because about 6 weeks ago he was left out of the side just to try and give him something to play for. Since he was reintroduced, he has found the form that has attracted the interest of several teams in the MLS and overseas.
Scored goals in 2 straight games. Meanwhile, on the other side, Hartford will have to keep an eye on Manuel Arteaga.
He is a super player. Last season he had the relationship in attack with Cal Jennings. Cal's obviously off to Charleston now. Arteaga will start up front today alongside Leonardo Fernandez. He's a very skillful player. He's a talented player. He can play up top. He can play just dropping in behind. The problem Hartford has is when he had the ball, anything is possible. They've got to keep a close eye on that very talented player.
Arteaga with 3 goals on the season. It's a Tampa Bay team that's been in turmoil. They're on their 3rd coach of the year already.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Robbie Nielsen, was the first of those. He's gone. And now they have the London native, Dominic Casiato, who is a 2-time USL League One Coach of the Year. He's going to have to work magic, along with Brendan Burke, to get these 2 teams up the table.
You see Hartford in the bottom, Tampa Bay right 1 point behind. It's a big week for Hartford, but the focus is only on tonight. It's Grateful Dead night. Which team will get by? We'll have starting lineups and kickoff next here on CBS Galazo Network.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
At Lux Bond & Green, we have been designing and crafting custom jewelry for decades. It's an art as much as a science, and really there's no room for error. It comes down to 100 little choices made by our own artists and experts who listen to you and create your perfect engagement ring by hand. Quality, value, and selection. Lux Bond & Green Jewelers throughout Connecticut and Massachusetts.
The USL on CBS, presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Hartford Athletic would like to thank the Mandel JCC of Greater Hartford, the official fitness center of Hartford Athletic. Visit mandeljcc.org to learn more. ClassFly is the leader in airport parking at Bradley International. Save 20% by pre-booking on LazFly.com. LazFly is a proud supporter of Hartford Athletic. First of 2 meetings this season between these teams. Starting lineups brought to you by Liberty Bank. One change in the Hartford 11 from last week's win in Motown.
Marlon Hairston comes in for Beverly Makimgila alongside the impressive Jonathan Jimenez, who opened the scoring in Detroit on Saturday. Once again, Momo Yang leading the line, and Galena and Beckford will provide the width.
And Dominic Casiato in his 2nd game as head coach at Tampa has shaken up their lineup a little bit as well.
Yeah, felt for them. They looked like they were holding on for a point at San Antonio with 10 men, but lost to a late stoppage time winner. So 3 changes. Castellanos, Bassett and Fernandez come in. Outgoing Pacius, Ted Lasso. I knew I would do that.
I knew you'd do that.
I haven't even kicked off. Forrest Lasso suspended and Alvarez, come on, I'm out of here.
Just off vacation, those things happen.
I know.
Tampa Bay will go left to right, or rather will go right to left here in the first half in the visiting white, streamed in green and yellow, the familiar green kits for Hartford Athletic. Our referee, Christian Campo Hernandez, 3rd USL match of the season, being assisted by Nicholas Seymour, Eric Del Rosario Gandara, and Laszlo Sandler is our 4th official. 87 degrees, 65% humidity. It feels like a balmy 94. Unless you're in our booth.
It feels like Tampa Bay. Down in St. Pete, down by the water, one of the most beautiful ballpark areas in the whole of the USL. But we're here in Hartford, just off the I-91.
This is not a series that has gone in Hartford's favor.
No.
2-8-2 in lifetime against Tampa Bay, and the Rowdies unbeaten in their last 8 matchups. Here's a ball for Engalina, gets a head on it against former teammate Thomas Van Kazeel, who's found a spot after playing for Hartford, 29 matches last year. Here with some space, the dangerous Blake Bodley. Now, Ollie Bassett, the Englishman, one of 2 players who came to Tampa Bay this year after considerable success in the Canadian Premier League. Wuben's Posse is their top scorer, also from the CPL, but not in the starting 11 tonight. Kazil climbed the back of Engalina to keep the ball alive. Now here's Bodley. Plays it up ahead. Bassett trying to run onto it, but he can't. It'll be a goal kick for Hartford. And our keys to the game, Mark, brought to you by Hoffman.
Yeah, Hartford have picked up of late, and they found the back of the net. 3 consecutive games with at least 2 goals. Get it wide and get it in. It's been successful for them of late. Can it be successful tonight? For Tampa Bay, just keep it tight at the back. They haven't had a clean sheet away from home this season, but they did have one here on their last 2 visits, June 24 and September 23, a 1-0 and a 2-0 win.
Here's a ball played back dangerously, and the former Northwestern star, Ethan Bandre, making his 7th straight start, comes up with it. Tampa Bay with a record of 3-10-2, 1-6-1. And they are trying to play direct over the top, which is kind of what Hartford wants to do.
Yeah, intriguing. The 2 tactics from both coaches. They're a different side now. There's no doubt about that. Without Cal Jennings, you lose a lot of goals. He's off to Charleston. But Arteaga now alongside Fernandez. Pacius on the bench, ready to come on in the second half if necessary. So they do have a goal threat, just a different type of goal threat that they had last season.
You just got a quick look at Dominic Casiato, who took over on July 8th for Steve Coleman, who had replaced your guy, Robbie Nielsen, back on April 11th as Sebastian Anderson goes down.
Robbie's got a new job. Speaking to him today, he's now one of the assistant coaches in Belgium at SK Lommel.
Casiato had great success in USL 1, Coach of the Year 2 times with Union Omaha. Now Beckford making his 2nd straight start. Kyle Edwards, once again, not available for selection. Just started training, maybe 10 to 14 days away from making an impact. And Jack Paniotu, who was in uniform last week, didn't play, had a bit of a setback, and he's on the sidelines for his 7th straight game. Now here's Arteaga. Plays it to Bassett. Up the left channel. Support from behind. The veteran Leo Fernandez. Marked well by the kid, TJ Prestis. You know, you said this a couple of weeks ago. One of the things you really like about Prestis, not afraid to stick his nose in there.
Yeah. He's the type of guy that would lower his head where the boots are. Doesn't care if he's going to get hurt. He's also the type of kid, and you give me this all day long, solid, if not spectacular. Spectacular, things can go well, but things can go very wrong. Solid, you know what you're getting, and that's what TJ Prestis is.
Well, you'd rather have solid, I would think, on the back line.
100%. I don't want a spectacular centre-back.
Ball played up ahead for Engalina, but
Offside.
Hartford offside on the play. Trinity Health of New England, proud to be the official medical provider and title partner of Hartford Athletic, always committed to providing the best healthcare experience every day for every patient. Trinity Health of New England, we see all of you.
It's good that Tampa Bay are back where they belong in their own stadium at Al Lang. I remember being down there for Robbie's first game when they played San Antonio and were ahead for a long spell. But then the flooding happened after the hurricane, and they weren't sure if they'd be able to play at home this season. They spent the last few games of last season at the IMG Academy. Good to see them back at Al Lang.
Al Lang Field, a historic minor league baseball park. Used to have two teams training there in spring training, Cardinals and the Mets in the early 60s.
18 or 1960s?
That's not.
That's just because you remember.
Age-appropriate jokes.
Wow.
1960s.
Okay.
Mets weren't around in the 1860s.
I know. You were.
17 is Danny Crisostomo. Yes. And there were some great days. So we mentioned this is Grateful Dead night here.
I'm not going near this one.
The historic band played at the old Dillon Stadium.
Yeah, they played
twice.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, the end zone was at the stage was at the north end zone.
So where Tampa Bay are shooting
left.
towards, yeah.
Yes. Fans, when I was walking the grounds before, dressed in the Grateful Dead shirts. Here's Anderson, leads Hartford in chances created with 21 on the season.
He might be the most consistent player for Hartford this season.
I would agree. Although somebody who has really picked it up in that regard, not that it was ever low, but I think Joe Farrell's been really
100%.
consistent since moving to the center back. Mm-hmm. Here's Samadia.
Another who's done well.
Sends it into the box, and Robert Castellanos, the veteran, clears it out. White marking Samadio, keeps it in on the east touchline. No score, no shots on goal yet. Pretty much just like a heavyweight prize fight where they're feeling out the opposition for the first 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, they've started with Vonkizil as the right centre-back, Castellanos in the middle, and Guillen as the left centre-back. That's pushed.
Yeah, a little too much mustard on that.
Lawrence Wyke will be on the right wing-back role. Blake Bodley, who just has an unbelievable engine to get up and back and up and back. He'll be at the left side. And Manuel Arteaga. It's a 3-4-2-1 for Tampa Bay, with Ollie Bassett just pushing forward on one side and Crisostomo on the other, and the holder is Lewis Hilton.
There you see Ethan Bandre spent last year with Colorado Rapids 2. Before that, played in MLS Next Pro, making his 7th consecutive start. Had only one save. Didn't see much action against San Antonio till the disaster in the 90, forced back by Jang. And now Mamadou forces an errant kick. Good pressure by Hartford there. You know, that's something, too, Mark, that we've seen in recent weeks, that Mamadou's become much more aggressive on the press up front, especially the opposing goalies.
Yeah, but I think a key part of Momo Dieng's game in the last few weeks, Joe, is something we spoke with Brendan Burke about, is Michi Engalina, and the quality of service has improved as well.
Michi set up Mamadou for the second goal in Motown. We'll hear from Michi. Talked with Mark. Prestis puts a head on it. It's in. It's blocked by Bandre. Anderson's header goes just wide. 2 golden opportunities for the boys in green.
My first thought was, is that on or offside? And Nicholas Seymour, the assistant, kept his flag down. Let's take another look at this. From the initial little flick on, the interesting thing is it was a Hartford head onto a Tampa Bay head, which, depending on where the initial header was, might reset the phase of play. The second header from Sebastian Anderson, that's the closest Hartford have come.
Hartford 21st in the league scoring goals. Tampa Bay tied for 21st in goals conceded. And Hartford forces another turnover. So Anderson, he of the long throw-ins. As you look at Ethan Bandre, 6'2", 26-year-old out of Salina, Kansas. Boy, Anderson, as you said, Mark, probably the most consistent Hartford player this year. The only Hartford player to play every minute. Hairston gets the second head to Anderson. Tries to flick it in, he can't. There's Hairston again. And there's Prest is flying in.
You know what I mean? He's just... You wouldn't want to be his health and safety manager. TJ, you can't do that. I want to. But it might get you hurt. I don't care. It was interesting, that one, because Momo Jeng was offside, so he couldn't do anything, couldn't make a play on the ball. But TJ coming from deep was on. But good goalkeeping from Bandra.
Van Gaziel plays it up on the right channel, but Jordan Scarlett will be there. Scarlett had played 3,413 straight minutes before being subbed in the 83rd minute because of the heat and the field condition last week in Detroit, which is not an easy surface to play on.
That's the most polite thing that's been said about that surface in Detroit. It's certainly more polite than the conversation we had with someone during the week about how that field was. It's not the best. What was it described as? An outdoor high school basketball court akin to playing on that. Yeah.
The Hartford is back again and excited to help our team win from kickoff to extra time. They're proud to show their support for our amazing community as a founding partner of Hartford Athletic. Visit thehartford.com to learn more. On the attack, Jang! Oh, another golden opportunity for Momo Jang, and he sails it just over, although it looks like it was
taking a touch.
Yeah, so we'll have our first quarter kick of the night.
It's a really nice move. So Mishi starts it, but we've seen this so often. Emmanuel Samadia knows when Mishi's got the ball that there's always that opportunity to get it back. And it looked there that the goalkeeper had a tip over. And that's why it's a corner. But that was a really nice move. What do we say? Get it wide, get it in. Things happen.
So here's Anderson. Without the suspended Forrest Lasso, Tampa Bay may be more susceptible to set pieces like corner kicks.
Definitely. At both ends, he can be a threat.
In swinger. Headed out. Kept in by Samadia. Second in chances created. In the direction of Big Joe Farrell. Hartford starting to take a little bit of control of play here. Beckford, who had dropped back, sends it through. Run down on the far side by White, but he plays it out. And Hartford over the last 5 minutes or so, Mark, having the advantage in play for no question.
Yeah, we saw that earlier this season when they had the advantage, but they weren't creating as much as Brendan Burke would have liked. But we've already seen a couple of chances in the space of 2 or 3 minutes. Good spell this from the home side.
Well, this is the way they came out against Detroit.
Yep.
In the 2-1 win at Keyworth Stadium.
Yeah, and they were flying as well against Loudoun here.
Going over the top, Castellanos.
Ooh, that's a sore one.
Hairston in a collision with Arteaga.
Yeah, it was the landing for Marlon.
Arteaga appealing for a call to referee Hernandez.
There's nothing really to break his fall there for Marlon Hairston after he's committed the infringement on Arteaga.
Marlon's still down on the pitch. He did not start last week. Came off the bench in Detroit. Beverly Macangila off the Hartford bench to do a little exercise.
Yeah, and Macangila was good last week. Right now, with Hartford playing as many games as they are, Detroit in the Cup, Detroit away, Tampa Bay tonight, Rhode Island home and away. Rhode Island 2 away games. There is minute management going on for the players. There is a small squad that Brendan has, so he's got to be careful.
Hairston played the last 24 plus stoppage time against Detroit. Scarlett gives the fans a souvenir.
Wow.
That had some serious hang time.
That's a 64-degree lob wedge. That one at Port Rush tomorrow to go over the troublesome bunkers at the Open Championship, which begins day 1 tomorrow, Northern Ireland.
Yeah, it's a couple of days that I don't mind waking up early because you can just throw it out and watch some golf.
Exactly.
Arteaga tries to backheel it for Bodley. Prestis fighting for the ball. Throw in Tampa Bay. Nope, throw in Hartford.
That's who gets to the ball first for me, because the referee kept his hands down until he saw Blake Bodley walking away, and he thought, right, it's got to be a Hartford ball. But Bodley was actually going to pick up another ball. Probably should have been Tampa's, but who cares? From a Hartford perspective, Tampa will be slightly aggrieved.
Randy's Worcester Street Pizza, the official pizza of Hartford Athletic. Stop by the stadium or visit their other Connecticut locations to enjoy some of the best pizza Connecticut has to offer. No score. Hartford with 3 shots, 2 already on target. All of them from inside the box. And, it's a pretty move. Nice move by Jimenez. Samadi and Angelina. Hartford on the run. Here's Michi. Can't get it through Wyke. Race for the ball. Michi sent sprawling. His former teammate, Von Kaziel, helps him up.
Well, it's Tampa's ball, and I think it was played off Michi for a throw-in. So, no foul here. Fernandez's position from that angle was just in the wrong spot to see if there was anything, but the referee didn't see anything, and on we go.
It's a Tampa team that hasn't scored a goal in the first 15 minutes all season. They have only 5 first-half goals. Hartford has split their goals, 9 in the first half, 6 in the second. Now the captain, the veteran Aaron Guillen, 6th-year captain of the Rowdies. Nice move by the veteran Leo Fernandez to get away from Hairston. Here's Bassett. Plays it off on the right, sent in, cleared out. First dangerous opportunity for Tampa Bay. Nice anticipation by Samadia, but he just can't keep it in.
I like the patience from Tampa Bay there. It was patient, it was methodical, but was with a purpose as well. It was touch pass, and then on the right-hand side where there was a little bit of space, that was decent. And they are a threat. They do have that ability of Arteaga. You saw the skills from Fernandez. Good strength from him in the build-up to that.
You would think with a full week of training under their belts, Dom Casiato, the new head coach, has been able to implement more of what he'd like to do, but that still is a process.
It takes time.
The Rowdies.
It's 2 teams, Joe, that when they play well shouldn't be anywhere near the positions they are in the table right now.
11th and 12th.
Yeah, it's the inconsistent factor. Hartford are going the right way at the right time. Very similar to last season. It was a very slow start, and then momentum was built. Tampa just need to build from keeping a clean sheet on the road, and even if it's a 0-0, take that, build from it, because it would be their first on the road in the league this season.
In fact, they're the only team in the league with no clean sheets at all. Hartford with 3, tied for 10th. But Las Vegas has 8 clean sheets on the season. Jose Batista's team, with Randy Arena's brother in goal. Ball played up ahead, but Jang and Beckford were in the same spot. That didn't work out well.
Yeah, I want to see a bit more from Deshane Beckford. He's got ability, there's no doubt about that, but need to get him more involved. That's good from Farrell.
Good anticipation by Joe Farrell. Ball played up ahead, and it'll be played by Guillen. He'll let it run out for a goal kick.
It's not just me that wants to see more from Beckford. Jimenez saying, that was meant for you. You should have made that run to Deshane, who didn't, and harmlessly behind for that aforementioned goal kick.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuovo Pasta for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, Nuovo Pasta will donate meals to help fight against food insecurity in our community.
Just looking around while you were doing your read, there's a number of people here that really have dressed up for the occasion of Grateful Dead night here at Trinity Health Stadium, where the band played in the 70s and more recently. You a deadhead?
No, I was not. I was clean cut. All-American boy, apple pie. Good turn in midfield. They played for Arteaga, but it goes astray. And Anthony Siaha, who had a huge game-saving save last week in the second half in Detroit, plucks it off the turf.
When you consider how late he was signed and how Renan Ribeiro, we didn't kind of know what was happening with him until late on. So to get someone of Siaha's ability and to make the impact that he's had, he's been an excellent signing.
Saving 64% of the shots against him on target. Good anticipation by Hairston to play laterally to Anderson. We've got no score. Hartford with the only 3 shots of the match. Here's Beckford against 1v2. Now Anderson knocked away by Arteaga. So we'll get the prototypical Sebastian Anderson deep throwing as Hartford brings Farrell and Scarlett and Prestis up. Drop Beckford and Samadia back. Tampa Bay puts 9 field players in the box. As you look at Sebastian Anderson, 3 assists on the season. Headed by Jimenez. Hartford prevents the counter, and now Samadia in the middle of the pitch. Taken down by Arteaga.
It's clumsy from Arteaga. It's a challenge he doesn't need to make. I know it's a kind of a lazy narrative of it being a forwards challenge, but look at this foot. Just kind of, why?
And they're calling for Matt Diaz, the head athletic trainer.
If this ends up in the back of the net, this is on Arteaga. It's a needless challenge, and it's one that his teammates won't be happy with him. Hopefully Samadia is okay. But if you're going to make a challenge, be quicker. Get in a better position. Don't just stick a leg out and hope, because that's rarely going to work.
So this is a potential dangerous set piece. As you see the players, don't know if there'll be any hydration breaks. 87 degrees, feels like 94.
It's just ridiculously hot at this time of year.
It's July.
I know, and I've been here 15 years. I should know better.
No, seriously.
Need to go down to St. Petersburg to cool off.
So Anderson will initiate against the 2-man wall for Rowdies. No score, 23rd minute. Here at a sweltering Trinity Health Stadium.
Well, they've got a man extra now, Tampa Bay, with Samadia not able to come back on just yet. Let's see who this is aimed at.
Prestis puts it over the top.
That's a really good delivery from Anderson, and that must be something that they've worked on the training ground up at Dayhill Dome, because Prestis comes in at the back. He's never going to go towards the goalkeeper's near post. It's always designed to be back across goal. If he doesn't get that angle, and it's more of a kind of an acute angle, he can head it back across goal for Farrell at the back post, but that's unlucky. That's a well-played set play.
And he did a great job of getting separation from the defender.
He did.
Hartford unable to score thus far, but the expected goals, 0.61. Good steal by Beckford, straight up the middle. Left to Engelina. Cuts it into the box. He's taken down on the edge.
For me, it's a free kick. It's right at the edge. I agree with that. Brendan Burke can't believe it. I think the contact's just outside. I think the footwork from Engelina is absolutely outstanding. I'm looking forward to this replay. Look at the first contact. There's no continuation foul. The first contact from he's outside the box. It's clearly a free kick. Once Brendan sees that, you'll have no complaints whatsoever. Totally understand why in real time he thinks that might be a penalty, but it's clearly outside the box. It's a free kick, and Von Kizil's a lucky boy, because if that had been any further towards goal, there you go. It's a penalty kick. Exactly. So
Thomas Von Kizil's first yellow card of the season, as you get a look at the native of France. Second tour of duty with Tampa Bay, so here's a potentially dangerous situation on the restart for Hartford, just outside the box adjacent to the D. Now Lawrence Wyke, I'm sure much to the approval of the referee, is going to pace it off.
He's saying that's 10. Lawrence, that is never a yard per step. He started off the steps with a yard each.
Well, he started off taking steps like he was a 2-year-old.
Exactly. I mean, come on. Don't kid a kidder.
Samadia and Anderson, both over the ball. Hartford looking to break through.
So you got options here. You could go left foot or right foot. Obvious one's the right footer with the angle. But keeper doesn't know if he's going near post or far post.
Anderson tries to drill it through, and it's cleared out of danger by Tampa Bay. Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. Distilled 6 times till it's just right. Tito's is known for great vodka, giving back, and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly. Well, the time of possession, which can often be a meaningless stat in Hartford's favor, but they haven't been able to translate that into a goal, although they've had good opportunities. Good counter. Samadia, none the worse for the wear. Had Beckford cutting in the middle.
That's harsh. It's come up and it's hit his hand. It's one of these. It's probably not given as a penalty if it goes the other way because the arms aren't in a natural. I don't know. The confusion, and this isn't. I think the referee's been excellent so far. The confusion over this handball law. They've tried to simplify over the years, and they've just complicated it even more. This is FIFA.
Right.
I'm talking about the laws of the game when it comes to the hand. It's fans in the stands watching on TV. You've got no clue now what each individual referee's interpretation is going to be. Back in the day, a handball was a handball. Now, there's a myriad of reasons why it should or shouldn't be given.
We got a Hartford player down.
It's Michi.
That's Michi.
Yeah.
As he went to contest for the ball in the air, and referee Christian Campo Hernandez will go take a look. His 3rd USL match all in the past month. He's handed out 10 yellow cards.
Yeah, it's been good so far tonight. We've had some questionable decisions over the years.
I would say that's an understatement.
We'll keep it like that, and you can make your own assumptions, but no issues so far tonight.
Good job by Guy in that time, preventing Jang from elevating. Now, Bodley always works hard. Brendan Burke called him Tampa Bay's best attacking piece. Bassett over on the right side, but Joe Farrell makes the play. I hadn't realized this till I thought about it. Joe Farrell is Hartford's oldest player.
Really?
Yep. Here's Jang in the near corner.
30?
Yep. Nice ball back, but good anticipation by Chris Ostemo.
He's unlucky there.
But a good thought.
Yeah, it was good feet.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank Lux Bond and Green, jewelers since 1898, celebrating life's special moments. Most of the match thus far has been played in the Hartford offensive half. Oh, Hairston, he's got to get the ball to Jang there.
Yes and no.
He's going to have a hydration break.
Yeah, and while we do, I think that's a good opportunity to just discuss that because Marlon doesn't have anybody within 5 yards of him towards goal, so there's an opportunity to do. Well, if the player hasn't made the run, yeah, you might want him to make the run, but you've got this opportunity, if you fancy it, to have a pop because I've seen him hit the ball from outside the box pretty well in the past, and it opened up from there, but still having a go as they warm up. Okay, how many Grateful Dead shirts or things can we spot? There's a headgear there, a little young lad with a cap, and a couple of Tampa Bay jerseys in attendance as well.
I see a Yankees hat.
There we go. There was a Grateful Dead shirt.
Yeah, there's a good Grateful Dead shirt in the second row behind the guy in pink.
Hartford till I'm dead.
There you go on the other side. Hartford till I'm dead. I like that.
That's good.
That's a good sign. No score, 6-0 shots so far, 1-0 shots on target. This a busy week for Hartford. flew home Sunday after the win in Detroit Saturday night. They have tonight, and then they have the league game at Rhode Island coming up Saturday afternoon at 4. But Brendan Burke says the sole focus, and he's talked to the team about this all week long, is on tonight. As you look at Casiato.
Oh, $2 beers tonight, so he's double fisting.
Yeah.
$1 hot dogs. We saw a guy earlier come up the stairs with 12 of them.
Think he'd bring any to the press box for his favorite announcers?
By himself as well. How do you...
I think he had kids behind him. I hope he had kids behind him. Unless it's Joey Chestnut in disguise.
They've finished in about 6 minutes.
Our producer, Sir Thomas of Stanwix.
Has run away
Director,
after that last 2-minute chat.
Director Bobby Kaplan, Casey and Dan in the production booth as well.
There you go. Giving love to all on the Grateful Dead night.
Although Casey, very disappointing earlier when you tried to get him to throw a water bottle empty water bottle about 8 feet into a garbage can.
Yeah, he came in and said, I want to mention tonight, well, hey, he's starting.
Sent the veteran Lewis Hilton down. Hilton tied for 12th all-time in assists in the league with 35.
Solid player, but a solid player with ability, Lewis Hilton.
10th year in the league, 6th with Tampa Bay. They're not only missing Lasso, but they're missing Pacific Nyangabari, who's been out the last 8 games.
I'll be honest, I didn't think you would attempt that this evening.
Oh, yeah, come on. Nice ball played in the middle of Beckford. Here's Duchesne pushing it forward. Kind of got himself into a traffic jam there with Samadia. Maybe a little too much creation there. Samadia for Jang. Header punched over the goal. Now that time Momo worked himself into a spot and Bandre had to elevate to set up the second corner of the night for Athletic.
I don't know if this is more of a TV save. I mean, it's a good save. It's not a great save. It's a save you expect him to make. He's lucky it didn't bounce down and come in. Actually, I think it comes off Momo's shoulder. I mean, that's fine. It's a decent enough save. It goes behind for a corner, but it wasn't a clean attempt by Diang, and I think it came off his shoulder.
Yep. There you see Ethan Bandre splits duties with Nicholas Campisi. Anderson's corner. No contest for Bandre as he unimpeded picks it up off in the air. Now we'll wait for his team to disperse and go to Blake Bodley. Tampa Bay 3-10-2 on the season. Hartford 3-7-3.
Yeah, the ownership group, I know the Tampa Bay Rays, the ownership of the Tampa Bay Rowdies as well. The Raves are looking to sell up and move on. There was a little bit of how's this going to affect Tampa Bay Rays. Of course, the hurricane really affected both with the roof on Tropicana Field totally taken off and the damage done to Al Lang as well.
Hairston picks it off from Arteaga and they play back to Siaha, who boots it into the east stands. About halfway up. I think that sliced off Entity's boot. Now Fernandez and Bodley. Nice back heel to a cutting Fernandez. Thought Bodley was cutting left. Prestis there.
So good. So good. And whatever he learned playing in the Ivy League for Yale where he was captain, this is a totally different level. But his step up has been absolutely seamless, hasn't it?
Yeah. From the moment he didn't play the first game, had to play the second, then sat out a couple, and he's been a regular ever since. This is his 8th straight start and 10th all year. Boy, Jenks used his head a lot tonight to play the ball.
Momo's got to be better than that. He kind of slowed down a little bit. He's got to be on his toes and anticipate better.
Hartford with some good pressure, and then again, just a...
If Aaron Guillen was a Mexican boxer and went down like that, he'd never fight again.
Jonathan Jimenez, the Norwalk native.
File this under soft. Oh, it's a free kick, but come on.
Yeah, nothing more, that's for sure. When it comes to your health, you deserve the best. At St. Francis Hospital, they're proud to provide nationally recognized health care with a patient-centered approach, from cutting-edge treatments to personalized care plans. Played up the near touchline. It'll be a Hartford throw-in.
Best thing Jimenez did there was keep his hands down, because he knows, having done it 60 seconds earlier, it doesn't take much to put Guillen to the ground. And he was under a bit of pressure there, the Mexican defender.
So once again, it'll be Anderson to throw in. Samadia takes it short. Chips it in. Far post. Header. Wide.
That's good from Hartford. It's a good move, and that's a good run as well. It's not who you would expect to be heading Mishi and Galina, but he's made a really good run. That's better from Hartford. But again, Samadia's delivery that's the key for Hartford. That's really good anticipation, because it was poor anticipatory skills from Lawrence Wyke, who just misread the flight of that ball.
As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
St. Francis.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the best. At St. Francis, they're proud to provide nationally recognized health care with a patient-centered approach, from cutting-edge treatments to personalized care plans. They put you first every step of the way. At St. Francis, healthcare isn't just about awards. It's about you. Recognized for excellence, committed to compassionate care. At St. Francis Hospital, we see all of you. Visit trinityhealthofne.org to learn more. Ball played far post, headed out. It'll be the first corner of the night for Tampa Bay here in the 37th minute.
Just one of the classic teams, aren't they, way back in the day?
Oh,
Rodney Marsh,
yeah.
And the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the New York Cosmos. Rodney Marsh still stays in the area.
Memorable matchups back then.
Yeah, he's got his Sirius XM show, Grumpy Pundits, with my old friend and colleague in the booth, Tommy Smith. His onion bag.
Oh, how is Tommy Smith?
Tommy's living the life.
I'll tell you what, he is a wonderful human being.
Oh,
Tommy
one of the
Smith.
nicest men.
I had some great conversations with him when we were both working in Bristol. So the first quarter of the match, coming from the northwest corner. Punched out. Jang gets a head on it.
Good touch.
It's cleared. Here's Michi with space. Up the left side. He's got runners with him. Far right is Beckford. Michi cuts it in the middle to Jimenez. His pass knocked away by Van Keziel. Jimenez gets it back. Hartford wanted a call. Not forthcoming. Hartford keeps it in. They play it towards the box. Headed out. Beckford. Overlapping on the right.
It's good from Bodley.
A little soft for Prestis, and Bodley knocks it off for a goal kick for Bandre.
Many times have we said that this league is very much a transitional league, and chances come having teams just won the ball back. Hartford have had 2 or 3 moments tonight whereby their pace is far superior to any pace that Tampa Bay is going to have at the back.
Right.
Just like Tampa Bay's pace in the final third, running at defenders, centre-backs, should be far superior than the centre-backs. That would be the one maybe minor complaint I would have in the first half. Just not making more of these opportunities, whether it's been Mishi, whether it's been Momo, whether it's been Deshane Beckford as well. Because they've got the pace to out-sprint this Tampa Bay defence, but Mishi kind of just slowed up a couple of minutes ago when he was coming forward, and that allowed the likes of Ollie Bassett and others to get back, because they've got the rapid middle to front Hartford.
There you see Aaron Guillen called for the foul. You know, we've seen Hartford get off to quick starts in recent weeks, Mark, but this is the most sustained pressure in the first half.
Yeah, I think Hartford have been good in this first half, and 3 decent chances as well. It's just now finding a way past the goalkeeper to get it into the back of the net.
Approaching the 40th minute. Once again, the 2 wingbacks, Anderson, number 2, Samadia, number 19. I would think this would be a Samadia ball.
Depends what they want to do, because Joe Farrell obviously is either a target or a decoy, but he's making the move.
It is Samadia, plays it through. Tampa Bay gets it away. I'm not sure that would have been onside, but it's going to be a goal kick for Tampa Bay.
Aaron Wheeler just having words with Sebastian Anderson, and Samaria getting involved as well down below us and out of your picture.
There you see Joe Farrell playing tonight in his 241st USL game. Farrell in his second year with Hartford has been a rock in that center back position. That back three of Scarlett, Farrell, and Prestis have really coagulated to form a strong unit.
Oh, coagulated.
Yeah.
Very nice.
How's that? See, that high school education pays off every once in a while. Catholic high school education. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our community ticket program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge.
Great initiative.
Good crowd on hand tonight.
Yeah. Next home game match is a Wednesday night as well, isn't it?
Yes, the New Mexico game. That is
end of the month.
National game. Of course, this Saturday's game, 4 o'clock. The network that brought you Perry Mason, the Beverly Hillbillies, will give you Hartford and Rhode Island at 4 o'clock on Saturday.
For our younger viewers,
yeah,
ask your mom or dad.
Hilton, headed by Prestis. Tampa Bay still looking for their first shot, and their first shot on goal. And Wyke, the Englishman, with a little too much pace on it.
Just want to give a little shout out to the Hartford Athletic under-12s, who we mentioned the last time in the Detroit game, how they won the regionals in New England and ended up qualifying for the tournament down in Virginia. Unbeaten in the group stages, reached the semi-final. So well done to everybody involved for Hartford under-12s. And the under-14s also qualifying for those nationals.
Sorry, Mark. That's the second straight air kick we've seen from Siaha.
Yeah.
Very unusual. Normally he is a pinpoint punter. Oh, almost stolen by Engalina as it's played back to Bandry. 43rd minute. I would think we'll have minimal stoppage time. Unless something devious happens between now and the 45th minute.
Can I claim 2 minutes then? Who are you going for? What are you going for?
It's never less than 2 minutes.
No, not really.
Samaria went down that one time. So.
Maybe. Yeah, you might get 3 because we did have a couple of knocks.
Here's Jang open over midfield.
That's better.
Cuts it out. Finds Michi. Nice move. Turns Guillen around like a turnstile. Sends it far side. Nobody there. Now Samaria is against Wyke. Here's played in. Jang and Engalina both waiting there, but Vandre denied the ball getting through.
Don't know if Michi tries that a few weeks ago. His confidence is so much higher than it was. The problem he had there, and it's not his fault and it's not Momo's fault either, because Momo's come short. He's done really well. And once Michi's played it beyond the defender, because Momo had given him the ball, he wasn't in position, so he had to wait a little bit longer. But good skill, good individual skill from Hartford.
Arteaga's been quiet, as has all the Tampa Bay forwards. We'd expect we'd see their top scorer, Wubens Passius, at some point in the second half.
Yeah, I'd want to see more from Arteaga. We all know what he's capable of. They just need to give him better service. I think he's been policed very well. They've kind of passed him on, whether it's been Farrell to Prestis or Farrell to Jordan Scarlett.
Nice play by Scarlett to initiate the takeaway. Now Michi.
Here's the pace that's required.
Boy, that was great hustle from behind by Bodley.
It was, but why is he giving him a chance? You know Bodley's going to run up and down. He's such a good player at getting up and then getting back. Michi's just got to put the afterburners on.
Third corner of the first half for Hartford. Or is it a throw? I think it's a throw.
It's a throw.
Yep.
Make the opposition make challenges they don't want to make. And there's a lot of making going on there, but that's what you want if you're Hartford, and you've got that pace. Head down drive.
Light's starting to take more effect here. This July night. Anderson never gets through. Arteaga there to clear it away.
Oh, dear.
Here's Dispay in trouble. Here's Bassett, cuts around him.
Brilliant from Beckford.
Oh, Deshane Beckford saved a goal for Hartford.
That is shocking from Hartford at the back. And they have Deshane Beckford to thank for two things. One, not being behind, and two, not being down a man. I don't know what the header's all about, but he's got to do better, Ollie Bassett. Once he's got around the goalkeeper,
does he tee it up?
Well, does he know where the Hartford players are? You could easily have had a shot on goal. Yes, it was from distance. You've got to know or expect there's players coming from behind. 2 added minutes, but Tampa Bay should be 1 goal up.
Bricknell Vineyard stoppage time, 2 minutes. As we had practiced, as you look at Ollie Bassett, 3 years with Atletico Ontario in the CPL, was the CPL Player of the Year in 2022.
Here's this transition again we were speaking about. Run.
And Michi, after the first corner of the night for Tampa Bay. Now Michi slows it down and waits for help. I think that's the second corner of the night.
Don't mind that from Michi because he simply didn't have the support. He was actually quicker or too quick for his teammates.
Boy, that had disaster written all over it for Hartford.
What was the initial header? And is it to the goalkeeper? Is it to the centre back? And Ollie Bassett's probably not the player you want for Tampa Bay in that position. But once he takes it beyond Anthony Siaha, just stick the ball in the back of the net or put it on target. Try and score. Don't try and run it towards goal because all you're doing is allowing quicker players to catch up.
Now Hairston right in the middle. Farrell wide to Prestis. 2 minutes of stoppage time in the scoreless first half. And Anderson will wheel it back. Boy, Brendan Burke was furious with the lack of communication on that. Near disastrous play.
That would have been the ultimate transitional goal, wouldn't it?
Ooh. Sabadia wants to throw it in, but referee Campo Hernandez says no, it's a white throw-in. Jang almost steals the pass intended for White.
It's one of these first halves, Joe, for the respective coaches to go in for their halftime team talk. If I'm Brendan Burke, I'm happy at what I've seen so far. And if I'm Tampa Bay, they haven't conceded a goal and could have snuck one late on. So I think both coaches will be relatively happy at what they've seen.
In the first half, dominated positionally by Hartford, but unable to get one past Ethan Bandre. Both teams had their opportunities. Siaha dodged a bullet in that late chance for Ollie Bassett, who frankly had a wide open goal from about 35 yards out. But the end result is 45 minutes. Hartford and Tampa Bay are scoreless. Our halftime coming up next right here on the CBS Galazzo Network, MyTV9 and WTNH.com.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We know you are more than someone healing their heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy, the journey. Bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technological advancements of a national health system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
Scoreless first half here in Hartford, but Mark, Athletic had their opportunities. As you look at the first half stats, that shot was the shot by Ollie Bassett. Possession doesn't tell the story, and it's been a relatively clean first half with only 9 fouls called.
Yeah, well handled by match official Christian Campo Hernandez. We can take a look at the first half highlights, and It's an opportunity for Hartford. They've had 2 or 3 clear-cut chances, not too sure. That one, that's a decent save. The follow-up header, Sebastian Anderson. It's very difficult to keep this one on target. Where do you start it? Because you are going to get a bit of movement. That's good goalkeeping. Make yourself big. Good save, and then the follow-up. Honky's heels on the line, also on the line is Lawrence Wyke, and then the header tipped over. But again, it's the distribution. He's such a good distributor of the ball from wide areas, Emmanuel Samaria. And he was the one that was able to get that in, and the goalkeeper doing what he had to do to deny Momo Dieng. And then Michi Ngalina coming in at the back. But it's those deliveries, it's the crosses from wide that Hartford are getting a bit of joy with. No goals, couple of decent saves, and then right at the end, Ollie Bassett one-on-one beyond the goalkeeper, but wasted too much time and played behind by Deshane Beckford.
Mark's conversation with Michi Ngalina and the USL News and Notes coming up. No score at Hartford.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
He scores!
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized healthcare that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
USL News and Notes brought to you by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Athletic on the Tiffany Network against their rivals from Rhode Island. USL Jägermeister Cup action continues on Friday, and congratulations to Sacramento mentor Neil Collins getting to the Century Club in wins. Brendan Burke said Michi Ngalina had a great game against Detroit. He had a great interview with our Mark Donaldson.
Let's take you back to 2022, USL Young Player of the Year. In what ways are you better now than you were then? And in which ways do you still think you have to improve from that player compared to this one?
A lot. Like, with a switchback, we were like together. Like, we built that community fast. That bring us together, and we got that confidence to play like a free, which is we're fighting so hard here in Hartford to bring all that together. So I know it's look kind of two different players now, but yeah, we keep pushing, keep fighting together.
What about as a person? Because since then you've been in Turkey, you've been in Norway, you're back here in the United States. What kind of person are you now compared to the young lad that won that award 3 years ago?
I learned more. That changed my mentality a little bit to be out there in Turkey. Like, you know, the level there with here is like kind of different. So I tried to change a little bit to like change my soccer a little bit. And yeah.
But you're not frightened to move, which has been fine so far. But is it nice, or would it be nice now to maybe have a few years with the same team or with the same people to be able to maybe fulfill the ambition and the talent that you have?
Yeah, that's. I feel like past year I was rushing a little bit. You play like half season here, you move, and that tried to make stuff go a little bit left and right. But now we're trying to focus to stay one place for a little bit longer to see what God has for us.
Taking you back further than 2022, when you played for your country at under 17 level and were top scorer in the tournament that you were in, you have that experience having represented your nation. DR Congo is top of your World Cup qualifying group. What do you have to do over the next 12 months? If DR Congo win the group, they come to the World Cup. Is that something that you can maybe think about as a possibility?
Yes. I think a couple months ago, I have like a conversation with the coach, the national team coach. You know, they're watching. I explained him everything. Like, you know, I've been struggling with injury, all that stuff. But they keep watching us. Like, if I got that chance to join the team, yeah.
You're a point ahead of Senegal. These two games coming, I say you as a country, when you watch your team playing against Senegal coming up in September, 2 games then and 2 games in October, does that inspire you when you're playing for Hartford, knowing that they're watching you?
Yes, to be honest, yes.
What can you do for Hartford that can bring you to the attention of the coach rather than just a phone call, how are you getting on? Let your foot do the talking.
Score goal, be healthy, fight hard, the chance can come.
If you were to be put in a bit of paper, blank, you could choose what your position is. In Turkey, you played as a striker. You played sometimes on the right and once or twice on the left. Hartford, we've seen you in all 3 positions. Where do you want to play? Where's your best position?
My best position is right winger. I feel more comfortable. But I work with couple coach. They used to play me as a striker. So now I start feel comfortable in that position. But my best position is like right winger.
Here's a shot fired over the top of the goal.
Having commentated on many of your games, there's good things and there's bad things. Like my commentary, there's good things and there's bad things about everybody.
For sure.
You have a really good ability to get into a position. Could your finishing be better? Is that something that you can work on?
I'm pushing really hard about my finishing. It's a little bit not perfect, but yeah, I keep working so hard. Every day after training, I try to stay in the field, try to shoot, like to make it better. Yeah, that's the thing I have to prove more. Then, yeah.
Because that, if you can finish regularly, because the top level are the ones that need one chance to score one goal. It's being clinical in front of goal. If you were to be able to score goals at this level, having already spoken to your international coach, it's worth the extra time, isn't it, to stay back, to try and practice the finishing?
For sure, for sure. That's the thing. I keep pushing really hard for that. And yeah, like you say, in top level, one chance you have to finish.
In the box, a shot, and a goal! Michi Engelina!
When you're playing in an advanced role through the middle, as a right winger, it's trickery, it's beating your man, it's getting the ball in, it's supplying. But as a striker, it's putting the ball in the back of the net. It can be very difficult to do that. Is it more about not thinking too much when you're through on goal? Because the more time people have, sometimes it's too much time to think about what to do.
Yeah, like I say, you need just to be calm and focus. Like, hey, I got this, I have to finish. I got this, I have to finish. That's the mindset sometimes we need to have. Yeah.
Finally, best case scenario, 1 year from now, you're part of the DR Congo squad over here at the World Cup?
Yeah, that's my prayer. I pray God.
Let's hope he's listening.
Yeah.
A pleasure. Thank you, Michi.
Pleasure. Thank you so
Good to
much.
see you.
We want to be the loudest people around. We want you to hear where we are at.
Oh, what a goal!
No one thought we would do what we did against Louisville.
We were hot, we were clicking, we were scoring goals.
Even after the whistle blew and they were champions, forget about it. Raise your scarves. We kept playing.
I don't think I've heard a louder scream from a group of people than we did that night.
That's the important thing about this group. They never stop loving their team.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We know you are more than someone healing their heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy, the journey. Bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technological advancements of a national health system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
The USL on CBS, presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Our game tonight brought to you in part by the good folks at LDI Connect. Along with Mark Donaldson and our Power Station crew, Joe D'Ambrosio, scoreless at halftime. Strategic adjustments if you're Hartford.
Not much. Not much. More direct in the final third when they get the ball, because they've been getting the ball off transition 2 or 3 times. Run at the centre-backs. Commit them. They've already got Von Kizil on a yellow card. Run at him. Try and get that second yellow. You've got to remember as well, last time Tampa Bay was here, Beverly Makangila was sent off, wasn't he, for 2 yellow cards. Second of them came in the 43rd minute. So run at them. Have a go and see what happens.
And if you're Tampa Bay?
Didn't mind their first half performance. It's one of these, given their lack of clean sheets this season, especially on the road in recent times. If the defence has been beaten, their goalkeeper's been there. But get more to Arteaga, because he's a big threat. And Blake Bodley as well. He's always someone that can create.
Hartford in the green, headed towards the north end of Trinity Health Stadium. Here's Ollie Bassett, probably went into the locker room bemoaning the missed chance. Hairston tried to play it off on the side for Engelina, taken away.
Good strength by Anderson.
Good job by Anderson as he out-muscled the veteran Leo Fernandez.
Yeah, you see him push infield quite a lot when Hartford are got possession at the other end. It just gives them an extra body in there, and I like how they do that, the inverted fullbacks.
Leo Fernandez, the guy who's had great success against Hartford, a couple of braces against Athletic in 2022 and 2024. Had one last season. Even though the stats didn't indicate it, possession time seemed to be in Hartford's favor. The game was played more in the Tampa Bay defensive half. But Ethan Bandre and some errant attempts on goal didn't result in the ball finding the back of the net. This is the first of 2 meetings between these teams this season. They'll play in the penultimate game of the year at Al Lang Field on October 18th.
Now, there's a decent trip. If you want to do one away game, yeah, you could do Rhode Island just up the road, but you can't go to the end of the boardwalk and have a nice beer in Rhode Island like you can do in Tampa Bay or where they play in St. Pete.
Well, you can go to Newport.
You could, but you can't walk to the stadium from
Newport.
No, That's what I'm saying.
No. You could be a power walker.
You could, but it'd take a bit longer than it would if you were down in St. Pete.
Preston plays it for Beckford. It'll be a goal kick for the visitors from the Tampa Bay Clearwater area. Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater. As you see,
You've
good
covered
job defensively by
You've
Bodley.
covered a lot of real estate there. Spring training, so I covered spring training in both Arizona and in Florida, and obviously both coasts in Florida. But You've obviously got the Yankees playing at Steinbrenner in Tampa Bay. Teams playing in Dunedin, Clearwater.
That Clearwater minor league part is beautiful. I did several years of UConn in the Big East tournament down in Clearwater.
I'll volunteer for that one.
Yeah, they didn't have to ask me twice. No. Hotel on the beach. Working with one of the great coaches in college baseball, Jim Penders. Huskies were usually successful. Wasn't hard.
We could do with talking a little bit more about football, but it's been a
slow start.
It has been, hasn't it?
Here's Wyke, and he can't find the pass. It'll be a Emmanuel Samadia throw, and it's been a lethargic first 3 minutes here after intermission. Seven of Hartford's 8 shots have been inside the 18. Samadia deflected away by Wyke.
We speak a lot about formations and Hartford playing their kind of 3-4-3 and Tampa Bay playing their 3-4-2-1. But formations change, and what's happening with Tampa Bay is that when they're out of possession, Leonardo Fernandez just drops a little bit deeper, whether it's him or Arteaga dropping deeper, and puts a little bit more pressure on either Anderson or Hairston or Jimenez. So there's a lot of cancelling out going on right now.
Hartford trying to play the ball long for Beckford. Or make it Jang. Here's Anderson on the run. Switches it back. Sent in. Bandre the punch. Samadia will field it first. He chips it far post. The header. And a goal!
Just wide.
No, it's just wide. I'm sorry.
Everybody's excited.
Everybody's excited. It's no goal.
We've got Brass Bonanza playing. We've got fans on their feet. They say, stop. Thank you. Stop. It's no goal. Stop Brass Bonanza. Stop the scoreboard saying goal. Stop the fans from being on their feet. Should it have been a goal? Let's find out. It was Samadia's delivery in. It was poor goalkeeping initially. And Momo Dieng, he's put it the wrong side of the post. And Brass Bonanza, the recording of the song on the cassette tape has now been rewound to the beginning of the tape.
Hartford's done such a good job against Arteaga and Fernandez, really not giving him any room.
Yeah. He's a handful, Arteaga. If that had gone in, that was on the Tampa Bay goalkeeper, Ethan Bandre. Because it's a cross that most goalkeepers should just catch. I don't know what he's thinking trying to punch it. And by doing so and going to Samadia, once again, most of Hartford's good stuff comes from a Samadia delivery.
Right.
If it's not him, it's Sebastian Anderson. Last week, the goal at Detroit for Momo Dieng was really good play from Michi Engalina. So they're getting closer, Hartford. Momo Dieng would want that one back, though. That probably should have been on target.
Fans, join us for the next home match Wednesday, July 30th against New Mexico at 7:30 as we celebrate Grow the Trades Night presented by DeWalt. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at hartfordathletic.com. Tampa Bay with Van Kazil with some space. Oh, good slide by Samadia, deflected away from an on-charging Lawrence Wyke.
Tampa Bay's green and yellow kit is one of the best in the league.
Oh, epic.
The old classic.
Yeah.
50 years, Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Nice play by Jimenez, but ball just went over the west touchline, so it'll be a throw-in for Rowdies. Look, Samadia, Jimenez just can't keep it in.
Good call by the assistant, Nicholas Seymour.
It's been a well-officiated game so far.
By the way, you can't have a last name Seymour if you're unable to see what's going on. Yeah. Exactly.
So that would come in a mile away. Here's Van Kazil.
The disguise was minimal.
To Wyke. Chips it far side. Anderson heads it. It'll be a throw-in for Tampa Bay.
They kind of attacked with 4 there, and that's all, which is fine because they don't want to be caught if they lose possession of the ball. It's a difficult one because you could easily see them being a little bit more adventurous. But right now, if you offered Dominic Casciato a 0-0 draw, he'd probably quite happily take that, because it would be the clean sheet that they were looking for.
Foul on Tampa Bay on the far side. We had a relatively clean first half as far as fouls were concerned. Only the one yellow card given to Von Zeal of Tampa Bay.
Was it Brendan Burke that said to us yesterday that Hartford has got the fewest yellow cards in the league this season?
Tied for the most in red cards. That did not come up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, a snort and a grunt. Goodness.
Here's Anderson. Plays it off on the right. Beckford. Plays it back to Sebastian Anderson. Yet to have our first shot on goal. 8 minutes into the second half.
Really well read by Blake Bodley.
But a bad giveaway to Scarlett, who had good anticipation. Hartford being a little deliberate here, looking for the open man, for the perfect cut. Now it's Samadia. Plays it from Michi. Keeps possession. Fires. Save. Head high by Bodley.
I'll go back to something I said in the first half when Michi had that little bit of skill to get him beyond the defender. Not something I think he would have tried a few weeks ago. This is slowly but surely getting to be the Michi and Galina that we love. But if you're a Hartford fan, you don't particularly love him if you're a fan of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Here's Fernandez.
Good tackle.
Tackled off the ball by Hairston.
Excellent.
Who then gets cleated, and that should be a yellow card. It is on the veteran Leo Fernandez.
Yeah, Brendan Burke and Leo Fernandez had a good chat before the two sets of teams came out to warm up.
And you see nice play by Hernandez. And then Fernandez.
About 3 weeks late, but apart from that.
Hartford in the box. Cleared back. Takes too long to tee it up. Goes wide. Boy, you'd like to see Beckford get that off a little bit sooner.
100% you would, but could he? And that's the thing. Because can Michi play it quicker? Can Deshane hit it quicker?
Right.
It's just that extra little touch there.
Third corner of the match for Hartford as you look at the keeper, Ethan Bandre. He's been the busier of the two keepers tonight. He's got 3 saves on the evening. Corner will come from his right, courtesy of Sebastian Anderson. In the middle, cleared through.
Goal kick.
Goal kick, which allows me to tell you about our good friends from The Fix, Connecticut's premier standalone IV vitamin therapy boutique, offering customized intravenous vitamin infusions and intramuscular vitamin injections that maximize health, performance, and recovery, with all services administered by licensed registered nurses. Located in West Hartford Center, visit thefixivtherapy.com to learn more.
Little things like that are good from Hartford. It's the second ball. Farrell is able to win the header, but you've got to be in a position to take advantage of that. And Hartford have done that well. If it's not Hairston, it's Jimenez.
Who's the first sub we see for Hartford?
Oh, a good question that is.
Because I would say Passius would be the first we'd see for Tampa Bay.
Would make sense.
Right.
From a creative, oh dear, that's a bad one by
That's a
Scarlett.
bad giveaway by the captain. Here's Arteaga in the middle of the pitch. Plays it on the left. Played through and goes wide. Fernandez can't tee it up.
I tell you who deserves credit there, and it's Sebastian Anderson. He's taken a sore one. It wasn't a case, you don't always need to win the ball, but you need to do enough to put the player either off or to stop him from doing what he was like. We're going to get a triple sub.
3 subs. Passius is one of them.
For the first one for Hartford, for me, would be Carriaga. From a creative perspective, you've got the opportunity of Makangila to be a straight swap for either Hairston or Jimenez.
So Joey Skinner, Nick Moon, and Wubens Passius will come in the game. That's the end of the night for Arteaga.
Interesting.
So Bassett and Arteaga relieved. Moon and Passius come in. And they really go with only one man up front, and that's their leading scorer, Wubens Passius, the native of Quebec. Joey Skinner, 11th pick in the MLS Super Draft in 2023 by Nashville SC, comes in, as does the veteran Nick Moon in his second year with Tampa Bay. So Dominic Casiato in his second game as head coach, shaking it up here in the 58th minute. Right off the derriere of Wyke. Bounces into the first row of the stands.
Giving himself an extra body in the central part of the field now, Tampa Bay.
I mean, it's early to say this. Is he almost playing for the draw?
No, I don't think so.
Giving away. Here's Passius. Can't cut it back. Cleared away by Hairston. And Scarlett will get it out of danger.
I think sometimes, Joe, you just want to freshen things up. If things aren't going well, and both of us have said we want to see Arteaga have more of the ball because he's probably their most creative player. Sometimes if it doesn't work, there's no point in hoping that it may happen once. If it's not happening, then do something about it. They've got themselves a free kick.
Anderson with the foul on the far side. Let's see what the danger was here as Crisostomo is right there. And then Anderson sends Joey Skinner away. So it will be a restart on the far touch line. Tampa Bay, a team that has scored 11 second half goals this year. Their second halves have been much better.
They've called for Cariaga and Obalola, so those will be the two Hartford changes coming up. Good for Michi.
Michi, good anticipation. It'll be run down by the Rowdies. Almost gotten to in time by Jimenez.
Good hands.
And nice job by Deespe to pick it out of the air. Scoreless, an hour in here at Trinity Health Stadium. Night started at 87 degrees. Samadia looking for Michi. He'll run onto it, into the box. Tries to play it back. Hartford keeps up possession. Shot towards goal, and Bandre will pluck it out of midair.
Beckford's got to be one. I think it's Obalola for Beckford. Cariaga is going to be an interesting one, who he's going to come in for. Maybe Jonathan Jimenez?
I bet you that's it. Flourish, proud to be the official catering partner of Hartford Athletic. They provide healthy and delicious catering, meal prep, and takeout. Visit them online at flourishhartford.com or stop by their flyby location at 72 New Park Avenue in Hartford. Hartford, 11-2 shots, 3-0 shots on target. So it will be Jimenez coming out for Cariaga.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's the two changes that I'm not going to claim anything for this. It's the two obvious changes. It's the ones that you would expect if it was like for like, and that's exactly what you're getting. When we spoke with Brendan Burke yesterday, we spoke about Cariaga, didn't we, and how he could have an impact off the bench, because there are certain games, like away at Detroit maybe wasn't a good game for him to start because you're not going to have as much of the ball. Hartford have had more of the ball today, so Cariaga seems to be the perfect sub right now.
Almost given away to Passius, who's been very active since coming into the match for Rowdies. Here's Angelina with room to run. Overlapping on the left is Samadia. Michi drops back to Carriaga. Still looking for that first goal in league play. He scored a couple in Jägermeister Cup action. Against Westchester. Now Scarlett, one touch to Samadia. Nice ball for Engalena in the box. Knocked down. It'll be another corner for Hartford. Good job by Castellanos to come over.
This is when I want to see Michi be more confident on his left foot. That's a brilliant ball from Samadia and a fantastic run by Michi. But he's taking this with his right. This should be with his left. He's had to take an extra step. Take it earlier. Get it in with your left foot. If you're not confident, get on the practice ground. Get working on your left foot. That shouldn't have been a right-footed cross because you're taking an extra step and you're allowing the defender to get that extra yard back.
Fourth corner of the night for Hartford. It'll be Anderson. Try to send the in-swinger from the northwest corner. Good service. Headed out. Hairston will get there first for Athletic. No score as we play here in the 64th minute. Hartford trying to stop an 8-game winless streak against. And here we go again. Here's Siaha. Dangerously coming out. Knocks it away, but it's still loose. Skinner can't get a boot on it, and it's cleared, boy. That's two plays that Hartford, Brendan Burke will talk to them about in training tomorrow.
Yeah, but the initial issue there is with Obalola. I don't know what he's thinking and what he's doing. He's put his goalkeeper in trouble. His positioning wasn't good. I get he's just come on, but he's the only one they've left back from a corner. That was just a mess from Obalola. He's got to be better than that because that could easily have been a mistake. And this is the thing. It was like the mistake just before half-time that could have cost Hartford a goal.
Same thing, off a giveaway.
Individual errors.
Hairston with the takeaway. Jang's been quiet here in the second 45. Now Momo on the run. Can't cut it back. Keeps possession. It'll be a Hartford throw-in.
Hartford have done a lot of things well tonight, but it's just been that final pass, that final cross, that final touch that's either let them down or could be better. On a number of occasions, there have been excellent bits of play. They've had decent chances, but you do not want individual errors to basically cost the rest of the team and the fans and the organisation the difference between 1 and 3 points or 1 and no points.
Anderson short to Samadia. He'll serve it in. Prestis was there, but he was shielded. Bandre was able to make the play.
What we've seen tonight, Joe, from Hartford, there have been deliveries from wide areas, which I like. I'd like to see more advanced deliveries from wide areas. Get closer to the byline, cut it back. You saw in the Club World Cup, Chelsea in the final against PSG, the ball over the top to the byline, cut it back, near man running.
And White plays it into the box. Moon, Passius sends it over, corner kick.
Look how quickly Tampa Bay has gone from that end of the field to the other end of the field, created a chance, and now end up with a corner. That's what Hartford need to be doing more. Maybe a little bit more direct. That's just a simple ball. Samadia's the wrong side. Then the touch comes in and the shot is deflected over the bar by TJ Prestis for a corner. But Tampa Bay didn't need to work too hard to get into that position.
Lewis Hilton will initiate the corner from the left of Anthony Siaha. No score in the 67th minute. Teams that are 11th and 12th in the Eastern Conference in an even match so far, although Hartford has had more of a territorial advantage as our referee, Christian Campo Hernandez, sorting things out at the 12. And I have to think this is an outswinger from the right-footed Hilton.
That's good from
Jang
Momo.
is grabbed.
What we saw in the first half, sorry Joe, there were a couple of times where he was just on his heels a little bit and Tampa Bay were able to get possession. That's what you want to see from any player. But your striker's working back there. He can feel that there's a touch from behind from Von Keziel. That's really good from Momo Dieng.
Westfield Bank, the regional community bank focused on its customers and their financial security. The communities they share and the teams they root for. Westfield Bank, what better banking's all about. Online at westfieldbank.com. Member FDIC. Ball played wide. Michi will try to chase it down. Keeps it in. Nice hustle by Angelina. Now here's Cariaga. Didn't play last week. Was dressed, but did not get in the 2-1 win at Detroit. Had been suffering with a little bit of an abductor issue. You ever had abductor problems, big fella?
An adductor injury. You've kind of got to be active to injure that part of your body. Go on a morning walk when the kid gets dropped off from school. I need to kind of do it when she's not at school as well.
So it means you basically take the summer off.
I shouldn't know, really. And you see all the neighbours out walking their dogs. And
do you have a dog?
Nope.
That's what you got to do is get a dog.
Or borrow one of the neighbours. I could do that.
Price Chopper is an official partner of Hartford Athletics. Soccer fans save 15% with your Advantage Edge card off general admission tickets to all Hartford Athletic home games here at Trinity Health Stadium. Visit PriceChopper.com for more details on this amazing offer.
See, one of the neighbours' dogs is called Angus, but he's a handful, and he'd pull me. He'd take me in a walk.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No.
Played up the far side. Good hustle by Hartford, but cleared out. Hartford continues to press the issue. It's Jang. And he sends it errantly over the goal near the cantina. So it'll be a goal kick. As you look at Michi Angelina, very active so far tonight, but just unable to finish. Even though he scored a goal in Jägermeister Cup play, he's still without a goal in the run of play in USL since last August 17th against Las Vegas. Here's Pacios, a big, strong, physical player. White can't get there before Samadia does. Boy, Samadia has been very active tonight.
Brendan's got to be careful here. That's a foul by Lawrence White, but it was his reaction. I'm not sure the referee was overly enamoured by that. I understand the passion. I get that. It's a foul. But fourth official, just having a word here with the referee about Brendan Burke. And Brendan's behaviour this season has been decent. He's basically thought, you know what, what's the point? There's a lot of the times where bad decisions have been made. What are you going to do apart from give yourself high blood pressure and goodness knows what else?
Only one yellow on the Hartford head man this year. Here's Hairston.
It's just not worth it, is it?
No, it's not. Because it's not going to change anything.
That's the thing. We've seen a lot of bad decisions, but
here's Hairston.
Fourth official just had a word there with Brendan Burke.
Somebody in the middle. Boy, he's been so active tonight. Now Scarlett. Jordan going deep. Farrell, the lone Hartford player, back as they press the attack in this scoreless draw here in the 71st minute. It's played all the way back to the keeper. Pacios pressing. Siaha plays it up ahead. Obalola goes for it. And there'll be a foul on Hartford.
I wonder if we'll see Kyle Edwards off the bench.
No, he's not. He's not. Oh, he is?
He is.
Really?
Yeah, he's on the bench.
Okay. Because we had been led to believe yesterday that he would not be available for selection.
The likelihood was it was probably going to be Saturday that he would be available for, Jack Panayiotu's an interesting one because twice he's been on the verge of coming back and he's suffered setbacks, so that might be a few more weeks. But yeah, we were led to believe that Kyle Edwards was... They were hoping he would play some part on Saturday. It's good that he's back and available, and the fact he's warming up suggests that he has to be an option to come on. It's a second half after the keeper's punch, which he should have caught in 50 minutes. Samaria put it in for Jiang, who headed just wide. It's not been much, and it's up to Hartford. But in Tampa Bay, with their substitutions, have basically said, okay, we'll try and hit on the counter and get 3 points, but they'll be happy with a point.
Right, looking for Pacios over the top.
Yeah, so from a Hartford perspective, it's how much you want to gamble here.
Well, I would think as the home team, and you've talked about this, you always want the 3 points at home. Far better to get against a team that's below you.
The only team that's below you.
Right.
Yeah, and to get an extra 3 points away from them, last thing you want is to keep the teams below you within touching distance. You've got 3 games, I think it's 3 or 4 games on Birmingham Legion. Try and get the 3 points. But
nice back heel to Van Keziel from Moon, but there's good hustle by Michi.
So good. So good for Michi. He's really added that to his game.
They look for Pasius in the box. Scarlett knocks it away. Now Skinner, double team. Scarlett again there. Skinner flies over him.
It was a good tackle by Scarlett.
Now Van Keziel serves it in. Tampa Bay will run onto it. This is their most sustained pressure here in the second half.
It's probably the first time they've attacked with 5.
White plays it back as they reset to Van Keziel. White sends it in. Prestis goes for it on the far side. Tampa Bay maintains possession. Boy, they've had the ball for about a minute here. But not able to really put any threat on the Hartford goal.
Well, Hartford aren't going to score when Tampa Bay's got the ball. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't mind this possession from it's patient, but it's making Hartford do a lot more running in these conditions.
We'll have a hydration break after the 75th minute. That's for them, not for us.
$2 beers and you're talking a hydration break. In Scotland, you get a hydration break if it's like 70 degrees.
Pasius plays it back. Samadia gets there first, but White knocks it away. Boy, they continue to dominate the ball over the last 90 seconds.
I was hoping
about a move to Hilt.
Yeah, I was hoping Cariaga's involvement would mean more of the ball for Hartford. It's meant less.
Played up ahead on the left.
Offside.
Chipped in, offside. And that should be our hydration break here in the 75th minute. No score.
What's the topic of conversation in this hydration break then, Mr. D'Ambrosio?
Well, I would say we've got a beautiful evening, a good crowd, and a second half that has lacked the offensive intensity of the first half.
There has been very little effervescence in this second half.
Nice. Very well played. Hartford with the first of 2 consecutive games in Rhode Island this Saturday, 4 o'clock on CBS. Locally, you can see it on WFSB, Channel 3.
Love their new stadium.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
It does.
Hartford will be there the following week for the Jägermeister Cup game, where a Hartford win
puts them through.
Gets them into the knockout stage of the Jägermeister Cup.
Does, yeah. And that's a nighttime kickoff, Saturday 4 p.m. on CBS.
So the players replenish.
This is a proper stick or twist. The old blackjack. Tampa right now would gladly stick. Probably got 17. Maybe don't want to gamble. If you do, you might get that 3 or a 4. But here's the change, and it's Makangila.
Yep, not a surprise. We saw this the opposite way last week, where Beverly Makangila started. Marlon Hairston came in for him.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes it just fresh legs. And if you're having Cariaga kind of more in support of Michi and Momo and Adeobalola in attack, you kind of need someone with fresh legs to get in and around that central area, maybe play a couple of positions. And it's like a diamond in there with Beverly at the bottom of it, Cariaga at the top, and Samadia and Anderson on either side with the 3 in front of them. Normally you can kind of say, well, I think there's still a goal in this. I'm not sure,
I'm not sure
about this one. The way the second half is gone, it's very cagey, and the two teams really have cancelled each other out. They've both worked so hard.
Here's Cariaga looking to create in the middle.
more inspiration required to go along with the perspiration.
Anderson and Prestis exchange passes. Now Cariaga gets involved. Makes a run. Here's Sebastian Anderson.
But look at the options there, Joe. He doesn't have anywhere
nowhere to go.
Obalola's just standing, hoping that something might happen. Be brave on the ball. Make a run. Give your teammate some options. Pass, move, quicker.
Now Anderson to Macangelo. Laterally to Jordan Scarlett. And Galena doubled. Back to Scarlett.
But until Jordan played that ball forward, Tampa Bay had everybody behind the ball. It's easier to defend against, and you've got to be rigid in your shape, and that's something that Dominic Casciato will be pleased at in the shape. And you've got to be patient if you're Hartford. There always has to be an option. Let's see what Anderson can do here.
Back to Prestis. Hartford able to go laterally, but not able to go north-south here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's hard because if it is a transitional league, which it is, the last thing you want is to leave yourself outnumbered on a counter-attack like we saw at the end of the first half. So,
well, and early in the second.
Yeah.
I mean, Tampa Bay's really their only two. Here's the ball played in. Obalola can't control. Now he does. Plays it back to Michi. Looking for space. Plays it square. Macangelo with the wheel. Cariaga looking for room. Back to Macangelo. Swings it right to Prestis. TJ sends it wide.
Yeah, it's not the player you want. Samadia had actually done well to get from position at left wing back into the centre initially and was involved there. Macangelo maybe had a little thought, should he try the effort from distance, but ultimately when the ball comes in, he's very good at a lot of things, TJ Prestis, but he's not the one you would want to try and create. He's hardly had anything to do in this second half. Goalkeeper Ethan Bandre had one where he should have caught and elected to punch and got away with it because Jiang's header went wide. But apart from that, both him and Siaha have pretty much been bystanders at either end.
Tampa Bay still without a shot on target as we play into the 81st minute. Played up the far side. There's a push.
It's a decision any referee has to give because, yeah, the final touch came off Sebastian Anderson, but it's because he was barged into as he tried to usher it behind by Bodley.
Bodley uses the Bodley. Dayhill Dome, the place to play. Open to all ages and abilities. Rent their facility to run your own program or register for one of theirs. Either way, Dayhill Dome welcomes everyone to experience the best sports facility in the region. Visit dayhilldome.com to learn more.
And they've put basketball courts in as well.
Really?
Yeah, they've got the full-size football pitch, but there's still room for basketball courts as well. So all the college kids in the area and the high school kids, if they want to practice up there, it's a great facility. It really is. It's 24/7 all year round.
It'll be a Hartford throw-in. Really, neither team generating any offense over the last 15, 20 minutes or so.
No, maybe go a little bit more direct because this is it's easy enough for Tampa Bay to defend against.
It almost seems like Hartford's afraid to make a mistake here as that goes to Angelina. Can he keep it in? No.
Hopefully he's not too hurt because he's gone down and he's
grimacing as you see.
Like it's the right hip. But that's the type of ball, because expect the unexpected. That was Jordan Scarlett that played that in. Yes, it's maybe slightly overhit, but that's what you need because right now, structurally, Tampa Bay are excellent. They know what they're doing, and they're happy with Tampa. They're happy to come here and allow Hartford as much possession as they want in the middle of the park. That's not doing them any damage. So get it over the top, onto runners. But you've got to have players on the same page, and Scarlett and Michi were there. On the right-hand side, Sebastian Anderson's had one of his quieter games. By no means has he played poorly. He's been very good as he normally is. But he has been a little bit restricted, and I get that because he's up against Blake Bodley, and they really have cancelled each other out, those two.
Tampa Bay controls it at midfield.
I don't think they'll be 12th at the end of the season, Tampa Bay. I think they're too good for that.
Stolen in the middle. Here's a chance. Played for Passius in the box. Left footer, and he scores. Rubens Passius in the 83rd minute, and Tampa Bay jumps on top 1-0.
Going in the second half. And once again, we speak about how quickly Tampa Bay, from back to front, are able to get possession. Lewis Hilton, loads of assists during his career in the USL. And you cannot give space and time to Rubens Passius, who's got all those goals this season. No Cal Jennings, no problem for Tampa Bay. Really nice first touch to just set the ball where he wants. And then the curled effort. And Tampa Bay has the lead, and as it stands, they're heading off the bottom of the Eastern Conference. More is required from Hartford Athletic. This has been a second half where they have not created anywhere near enough, and now they find themselves a goal down with just over 6 minutes remaining.
For Passius, his 6th of the year. And Hartford forced to come from behind. That's the 7th goal Hartford has allowed in the 75th minute or later. Obalola couldn't load it up. Anderson keeps it in, but knocks it out.
It's just been too predictable in the second half for Hartford. They haven't mixed it up enough. They haven't had the ball over the top. They haven't had the runner from deep. They haven't had the player gambling. They haven't had the number 10 making that run beyond the centre backs. And as a result, when you have a piece of brilliance, a moment of magic, or a defensive mistake, and they're not close enough to the attack, this is what can happen. And just saying prior to the goal, I don't think Tampa will be 12th this season because they've got enough quality. I also think now with the coach that they have, Dominic Casiato, I think they've made a bright appointment. I didn't think they should have got rid of Robbie Nielsen. I thought he should have been given more time. The appointment to replace Robbie just didn't work, but now they've got themselves someone decent. And from a Hartford perspective, this is when you see they don't have too much in reserve, when they've got to bring on Adrian Dispay. And once again, I don't think he'll play as a centre-back. I think he'll play further forward.
So the goal is Passius from Hilton in the 83rd minute. Really, Siaha had no chance on that. So Prestis is coming out, and Dispay, making his 9th appearance of the season, will come in.
Yeah, you could go Scarlett and Farrell as your centre-backs, Makangila and Dispay as your holders, get Samadia forward, get Anderson forward on the flanks, and Cariaga getting much closer to Ingalina, Dieng and Obalola. It's basically go for it, because this would hurt, this result, to lose to the only team below you in the table. And this is a game that they put precedence on.
Right.
This is a
the
game,
focal point of the week.
Yeah, and Saturday in the league now becomes a much bigger game, because if they lose this game, then you may have to rethink your team selection if you were planning to maybe make 1 or 2 changes ahead of the cup tie the following week. It might be a case of strongest side on Saturday and make that the main aim.
Focus.
Yeah, because this is for all the good things that have happened over the past few weeks for Hartford. Loudon was outstanding the way that they played. They've taken a big step back tonight in the second half because they were good in the first half.
Here's Dispay attacking, cleared off by Van Kezel. Hartford trying to win 3 straight in USL play for the first time since September of 22. And they'll have to score in the next 3 minutes plus. Tonight's Hartford Business Journal Business Alliance partner of the match, Cone, Birnbaum, and Shea.
Ooh. Interested to hear what Brendan Burke has to say at full time if they do lose this game about the difference between the first half and the second half, because I thought they were good in the first half. They created chances, maybe could have done a little bit better in front of goal, but yeah, I'm sure we said it'd be happy going in at half time. He'll not be happy with this second half performance.
No.
They have laid an egg.
And when you look at it, Tampa Bay had 2 golden opportunities to score on completely bonehead plays
from individual mistakes.
Yeah, individual mistakes, clearly.
And now they've got that focal point in attack to go alongside Dieng, with Arturo Dispe playing as a striker.
Samaria sends it.
Oh,
The
he's
header
gotta
over
score.
the goal.
Carriaga's got to score.
Oh, beautiful service into the box, and nobody knows that more than Samuel Carriaga.
But once again, where does the threat come from? It comes from Emmanuel Samaria. I think he shut his eyes. That's just the worst player you could have in that position. If it's the opposite, if it's Dieng instead of Carriaga, give me Carriaga for the creativity. Don't give me someone like him who's 6 yards out, looked like he had his eyes shut. He's got to hit the target. That's your 1-1.
Right. I mean, 10 minutes ago, a tie looked like now a tie would be golden if you're Hartford.
It's fallen to the wrong guy, hasn't it? I mean, all the creativity you want, but he would be the bottom end of the pecking order when it came to who do you want if you've got one player to try and score you a header.
Tampa Bay, here's a ball played for Pacius, and Scarlett clears it away. It'll be a corner for the Rowdies. Their 4th of the match.
You speak a lot in football about what you can bring off the bench, and to bring on a sub like Pacius, I think you said this is his 6th goal of the season.
Yes, leads the team.
That is not weakening your side. So you've got strength and depth, and that's great from a manager's perspective. You can go with 2, and if they don't perform great, Arteaga and Fernandez, then you can bring on Pacius, your leading goal scorer. From a Hartford perspective, it's a small squad. He doesn't have that strength and depth on the bench, and that's been an issue for Hartford this season. You want to look around and go, yes, okay, I can bring him on, or I can bring him on, and that's not going to weaken the side. He looks around, Brendan Burke, and he has to play Arturo Dispe as a striker for the last few minutes because Kyle Edwards isn't fit enough.
And once again, White and Hilton, they're just perfectly content with banging the ball off Hartford, getting corner kicks. We'll see momentarily how much Brignall Vineyard stoppage time we'll have. Is Laszlo Sin? 4 minutes, I was going to guess. Now White steps around Anderson. Hartford steals it away. Dispe can't contain. And it'll be a Hartford throw-in.
It's the only time in a game.
Sebastian Anderson furious with the assistant referee.
Elbow and a yellow card for Lawrence White. It's the only time in the game when a team's trying to waste time that you get away with a lot more from a defensive side.
4th yellow of the year for the Englishman. Ball gets by Macangelo, but Siaha is there to commence the attack. 1-0 Tampa Bay, their only shot on target. Put in the back of the net by Woodben's Pacius, and a nice setup by Lewis Hilton. Samaria does a good job of keeping it in. Here's Dispe. Plays it ahead, but nobody there.
Yeah, there's another example of trying to be creative, but you've got a centre-back trying to chip a through ball. Free kick Hartford, though, into added time. And, well, we saw, I think it was the 5th minute of added time in San Antonio, where they conceded, Tampa Bay conceded, and they were down to 10 men. And we also saw Hartford go to Detroit, and what was it you said, 9.5 minutes or something of stoppage time, and they were able to keep the clean sheet. So Tampa Bay are not only playing for a 1-0 win and 3 points, they're also playing for something they haven't had for quite some time, and that's a clean sheet, and that would be just as big for their new coach.
Only team in the league without one this season, home or away. They have just the one road win this year. From just inside of midfield, Anderson and Samaria over the ball. It's Samaria. Nobody there but white shirts. Good hustle by Obalola to keep possession for Hartford. Headed away.
Food and drink for the centre-backs, these kind of balls, and now on the counter they could break here.
Plays it wide. Tampa Bay's got room. It's White. Taken down, taken away, displaced by Deespe. Hartford trucking up the left side.
That's
and
a
a foul called. White doesn't like the call. Into the third minute of stoppage time. There's only supposed to be 4. Hartford's got to get to the attack here.
Someone needs to get a bit wider. They're too narrow right now, so get someone wide on the left-hand side.
Siaha all the way up over midfield. It'll be Anderson to serve it. Time, not the ally of Hartford here. Header by Farrell, headed away, headed out of danger. In the middle, Samadia plays it wide. Farrell can't get a boot on it.
It's got to go to Michi and Galina down the left-hand side. He's played a hopeful ball rather than a simple ball. This isn't a time for a hopeful ball. Michi's free down the left-hand side. Get it to him, get it wide, get it in. You overhit that, ball goes out. Tampa Bay takes its time and head back down to Tampa Bay area with all 3 points.
You can just tell from the body language from the Hartford coaching staff how disappointed they are, especially this second half, which has been lackluster.
This is on the players. 100% this is on the players. These same players that produced a decent first half performance have produced a horror show in the second half, and they lose at home.
We reach full time for Tampa Bay. Their first victory for new head coach Dominic Casiato. Their dominance of Hartford continues unbeaten in their last 9 games against Hartford Athletic. It was Wubens Pasias coming off the bench in the 83rd minute on the setup from Lewis Hilton. A clean sheet for the first time this year for Rowdies. And in full time, it's Tampa Bay 1, Hartford 0. Mark and I will be back to wrap it up next here on CBS Golazo.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Fans, join us for our next home match Wednesday, July 30th at 7:30 against New Mexico as we celebrate Grow the Trades Night, presented by DeWalt. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at hartfordathletic.com. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Central Connecticut State University. Apply today at ccsu.edu. You see a couple of the disappointed Hartford players. Marlon Hairston still out on the pitch. Get a look at the final stats for tonight. One shot on target. Well, depending on where you look, I think those stats are backwards. But nonetheless, it was one shot on target by Wubens Pasias that changed the whole game around in the 83rd minute.
Let's forget these stats for a minute.
Right. Because the game's not about the stats tonight.
Back-to-back league wins. Big steps forward for Hartford in the last 2 games. A giant step back tonight, producing stuff from earlier this season that was not good. And now there's a lot of work to do ahead of just a trip along the road to Rhode Island on Saturday.
Tampa Bay 1, Hartford 0 for Tom Stenwicks, Bobby Kaplan, and our Power Station crew. And my partner, Mark Donaldson. I'm Jody Ambrosio. Thanks for watching.